Find the derivative of the following function using the chain rule. So the question here is asking us to find the derivative of this function using the chain rule. So what's the first step? As we can see from this function, we can see that there is a radical. The first thing you do when you see a radical is convert this radical form into exponential form. So we convert from radical form radical to exponential. So if we want to convert from radical to exponential, we have to use this rule here. Radical of x to the power of n with an index of m. And this would be the radical form. And if we want to convert it to exponential, it would be x to the power of n over m, where n, which is inside, is going to be the numerator, and m, which is outside, is going to be the denominator. And this would be the exponential form. Let's go ahead and convert this function from radical to exponential. So f of x equals to negative 3x to the power of 4 minus 2, and this is all raised to the power of 1 over 4. So now that we have the exponential form of this function, we can use the chain rule to find the derivative of this function. So f prime of x. So how do we use the chain rule? We first have to find the derivative of what's outside the function. So we need to use the power rule and bring this 1 over 4 times the coefficient, which is 1. If we don't see anything, that means the coefficient is an invisible 1. So it would be equal to 1 over 4 into negative 3x to the power of 4 minus 2. Don't forget that when using the power rule, you have to subtract whatever it is here minus 1. So 1 over 4 minus 1 is equal to negative 3 over 4. So the next step is, now that we found the derivative of what's outside the function, we have to find the derivative of what's inside the function, which is negative 3x to the power of 4 minus 2. So we need to find the derivative of that function. We can just use the basic derivative rules that we've learned. So 4 times negative 3, which would be negative 12. So we open a new bracket, negative 12 x to the power of 3. Now, why is it 3? Because we minused 1 from 4, not 4. We minused 1 from 4, which is 3. And that would be the derivative of this function, because we didn't write negative 2 because the derivative of a constant is always 0, and we don't have to write that. So what we can do to simplify further is bring negative 12x cubed to the beginning of the function. Bring this over here. So we would write f prime of x equals to 1 over 4 times negative 12 x cubed into negative 3x to the power of 4 minus 2 to the power of negative 3 over 4. So what you can do here now is just simply multiply 1 over 4 times this term here. So f prime of x, no, that's not a good f. Wait. F prime of x equals to negative 12 over 4 x cubed, all of this into 3x to the power of 4 minus 2 to the power of negative 3 over 4. So we can divide negative 12 over 4, which is going to be 3. So f prime of x equals to negative 3 x to the power of 3 to minus 3x to the power of 4 minus 2. All of this is raised to the power of negative 3 over 4, and this would be your final answer.